Now, many dismiss Saskatchewan as just an uninteresting flat province filled with nothing but farms that they drive through from Vancouver to Manitoba. Saskatchewan does actually have its own rich history, and that's why today in this video we're going to be going over 10 interesting facts that you may or may not have known about Saskatchewan.
Number 1.
In Saskatchewan, beware if you're a teenager that likes to wear laced-up sneakers on Main Street in Fort Qu'Appelle. In Fort Qu'Appelle, Saskatchewan, it is actually illegal for teenagers to run around in untied shoes. If a teenager were actually caught running around with their shoes untied, either they would get a fine or their parents would get a fine.
Number 2.
There was a law in Saskatchewan dating back to the 1940s that makes it illegal to buy, sell, and manufacture any comic book that mentions a criminal act, which is the main point for any comic that portrays superheroes, isn't it?
Number 3.
In Saskatchewan, with the term of a hoodie, you're not actually wearing a hoodie, you're wearing a bunny hug.
Number 4.
Saskatchewan is home to the most northern sand dunes in the world, created when the Ice Age glaciers retreated a million years ago. Places like the Athabasca Dunes are so remote, most people in Saskatchewan may never actually be able to see them because they are only accessible by float plane or boat. However, its remoteness means that several species of plants and animals have actually been found in the remote areas where the sand dunes are and has not found to be anywhere else in the world, such as a kangaroo rat. Now, a kangaroo rat isn't called that because they got a pouch, but it's because in these remote locations they have big feet, big tails, almost like a kangaroo, and the mice do a little hippity hop.
Number 5.
In the southwest corner of Saskatchewan, there is an area commonly known as Cypress Hills, a region that was never covered by glaciers during the Ice Age. That means that there's been many pre-Ice Age fossils directly in Cypress Hills, almost kind of like the drumheller out here in Alberta. One of the major fossils that they found in the pre-Ice Age area is a skeleton of a huge Tyrannosaurus Rex that they nicknamed Scotty, which now Scotty remains on display at the Royal Saskatchewan Museum in Regina.
Number 6.
We have a place that's known as the most notorious city in Canada, which is Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Now, its name was derived from a Cree word, Moose Canny Sipi, which means warm place by the river. First part of the name sort of sounds like Moose Jaw. Now, Moose Jaw, fun fact during the Prohibition era, was actually a major area for mobsters and gangsters like Al Capone and many others to actually hide out in Canada.
Number 7.
Now, even though Moose Jaw has been labeled one of the most notorious cities in Canada, it still doesn't compare to actually major population centers in Saskatchewan, such as Saskatoon and Regina. Now, apparently, according to statistics, these two cities in Saskatchewan were known as the most crime-ridden cities in Saskatchewan. Regina's crime index was 105.8 and Saskatoon was 109.9 in the national rankings. And that was after a 9% drop. In 2020, in Regina alone, Regina experienced over 1,600 car thefts, firearm offenses, youth offenses, and property crimes that were double the average, and 16 homicides in 2020. In Saskatoon, 900 out of 100,000 people will experience a B&E.
Number 8.
Fields of bright yellow canola plants were actually spotted throughout the province of Saskatchewan. But the canola oil that they found in Saskatchewan at the time was only used as machine oil because it was deemed too unfit for human consumption. It wasn't until 1971 that a species of canola was created that produces, with some of the canola from Saskatchewan, actually the most healthy and inexpensive cooking oil within Canada or even the world.
Number 9.
Now, it has to be extremely cold to freeze air pockets underneath the water. But the fun thing about Saskatchewan is that frozen bubbles are a common occurrence. Now, Saskatchewan is home of the Canadian record for the coldest recorded temperatures. Saskatchewan once dropped to negative 57 degrees Celsius, or negative 70.6 Fahrenheit for the fellow Americans watching this. Now, this record cold temperature took place in 1893. So the bubbles are actually filled with methane gas, not air, and gets released when bacteria eats all the dead matter, and the water freezes as they rise to the surface. Now, not only was the coldest temperature recorded here, but the yellow grass was the site of the highest recorded temperature in Canada, with a history of 45 degrees Celsius in July of 1937. Due to a meteorological and geographical phenomenon, Esteban in the southeast is known as the sunniest place in Canada. Many towns in this province actually receive a considerable more than 2,000 hours of sunshine per year. And not only that, but Saskatchewan also experiences a bunch of different natural disasters as well, which in 1996 the province experienced 11 tornadoes in one single day.
Number 10.
In Saskatchewan, there are 70 different First Nation tribes throughout the province. In fact, Cree is the second most common spoken language in Saskatchewan other than English. Now, that is 10 interesting facts about the province of Saskatchewan. If you want more interesting facts about different provinces, then make sure you absolutely smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button. Make sure you comment down below to see if we've missed anything, what we need to improve, and if you guys have any suggestions. Anyways, this is Ben from LSC, and I will see you in the next video.